Hi, Megan. All right, Milton Glaser. Absolutely one of the icons of in the history of design. I mean, when you think of the top five names in graphic design, and I'm talking historically, I'm not talking about today or yesterday, but Milton's name comes up consistently in the greatest accomplishments for graphic design and contributions to the industry of graphic design, just as much as anyone's name comes up. So great choice here. We can learn so much studying his work and really deciphering how his conceptual development and how his methodology added, or I should say, adds to the industry as his body of work consistently points to outstanding design and really inspiring and super creative ideas. So I was so pleased to see your choice here with Milton. So and this is good. I think it's important. You're saying you're describing what you learned by looking at this portfolio, and it's so important. I think a lot of young designers have a developing understanding of why it's so important to study the classic designers in historically. And I think that for any discipline you're studying, it really helps to study the history of that discipline to see how the historical development shape the contemporary landscape of that particular industry, in this case, graphic design. So it's really important for students to become very familiar with the work of as many graphic designers as possible, not only those iconic names historically throughout the history of graphic design, but even contemporary designers and what their contributions to the industry are. And again, even young designers fresh out of design school that are bringing wonderful ideas to the industry. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right over to the presentation, which I have up right here. I'm going to just bring this down in size a little bit so we can fit these in the window, and that looks great right here. So good job, really, really clean, good presentation. I love it. I think it's so inviting. So the one that the cover page is great, really really nice work here. I think that when I can see what you're doing on your subsequent pages, design wise, and the concept for the layout generally. I think you're continuing the use of the color established in the Milton Glaser logo right here, and as well as the gray, and you're using that to kind of embellish the pages as we move through the design. However, I understand and I think it's a good concept, but I don't think it's working because I think these right here, this big wide orange rule and the small gray rule in conjunction with this kind of diagonal shape that it makes following the edge of this here and the edge of this to here, it creates this kind of unusual, uncomfortable diagonal orientation to the page. And I don't think it's working. I would remove these. I think if anything, what I would do is this, is you've got this beautiful little frame on the interior of the pages, just color that orange and then maybe increase the type size, the stroke size of that by 1 pixel or so and create orange. Either that or even create a second frame that's orange. So we've got this continuation of the orange and the gray, but it's not so demanding and it's not so visually heavy that it pulls the eye away from the information in the page. So again, in summary there, I would say just take that stroke and change it to orange and then add another second stroke that's gray. Even you might not even need the second stroke. See what you think. All right, biography looks good. Good. I'm going to place my cursor here to check your grid work, and it looks like you're set up pretty nicely here. Some of these images along the side of the page, this is good right here. Broken grid right here, that's fine. But I'm going to place my cursor here. We come down and we see almost you've broken the grid a little bit there, but some of these could adhere to the grid a little bit more actively. But then you get to the work page, and in the work page, um, the work is all centered. So that's cool. That's good. Um, a really good collection of his work. so I think the presentation really shows the versatility of this designer. So I think it's a really good presentation. I think you've done a great job. So thank you so much for sharing and introducing this wonderful designer to your class and sharing some of his more iconic work. So great presentation. Thank you very much.